Hi, this is Jamel Hamka with Recherche Calves over in Statesville, North Carolina. This is a very special video because we have a graduation of 3 of our Cavalier puppies that have just graduated our first training level puppy training institute called Puppy Academy. That's training from 6 weeks to 12 weeks of age. And we get emails all the time from people wanting to know exactly what does a 12-week-old look like? What does a 12-week-old act like? What does a puppy training, a Puppy Academy puppy act like? So we're going to be shooting videos of this litter, these 3 pups, or at least these pups, in each of the training levels. And so you can see what a typical graduate looks like, acts like, and we're going to be doing 3 puppies. This girl's name is Maddie. They just turned 12 weeks of age this last couple of days, and so they just graduated. This is a typical litter. These are not the most intelligent pups we ever had. It's not the dumbest pups we ever had. These puppies are what a typical graduate looks like. Now notice that we do have goals in every training level. We have 4 core areas of training that we train every one of our puppies for. The first area is outside training. That's where we work on them walking on a leash, and we'll show you that in a little bit. We also work on them riding in cars. That's something we really can't show you, but we give them car trips so they don't get car sick. We also work on them going swimming. We don't want a puppy to be afraid of the water. We want them to know how to swim. The second area is socialization. That's getting them used to different people, different environments. That's where we take them on field trips. We get them used to new people, new environments. We also desensitize them. We play thunderstorm music to them. We get them used to loud noises like the vacuum cleaner. We actually have a vacuum cleaner that runs during the training sessions. We also have them used to the hair dryer. We get them basically desensitized so they'll not be scared of anything, and then they also will bond quickly with their new families. Probably the biggest worry our clients have with these puppies getting them older is that they won't bond with you. They will absolutely bond with you. Cavaliers, Cavapoos, Cavachons, they all are extremely loving, very easy to bond. Now, if they were only held by us, only with us forever, and then I would be worried. But because they are held by 15 different employees as of right now, and also taken on field trips to different people, different environments, then we know that they will be able to bond quickly with their new families. The third area, which takes the most time, is house training. That's where we work on them potty training. Now, our goal at 12 weeks old is for them to hold the restroom for an hour during the day inside. And so it's not obviously as good as 16 weeks or above, but they can hold the restroom for about an hour during the day inside. They typically are not giving us signals that they need to go outside, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We don't want to make any promises, but we are training them to give us a signal. So at 12 weeks of age, they can hold the restroom about an hour during the day, and then they have to be let out. We also work at crate training. Crate training is very important. We want them to go into a crate and be quiet in a crate. Cavaliers, especially Cavapoos, Cavachons, they're very dependent. They have a hard time being alone, and so they're very vocal when they're crated. So we have to work a lot on them being crate trained. And our goal is for them to hold the restroom about 4 to 5 hours at night in a crate and about an hour to 2 hours during the day in a crate at this age, at 12 weeks of age. So if you do get a puppy at 12 weeks of age, realize that you will have to wake up in the middle of the night to potty them. They cannot hold it for a full night typically, and they're not perfect in this area, but it's an area that we work on a lot because Cavaliers are very dependent. Crate training is very important. Also, while we work on in the house is jump training. Cavaliers and Cavachons, they're very loving, very dependent, and they love to jump up. They're small, so they love to jump up. Now, you may want that. It's okay with you, but a lot of people don't. They don't want dogs jumping up on them. They don't want dogs jumping up on other people. So as a training rule, we train every one of our puppies not to jump up. We use the word off. Now, at 12 weeks of age, our goal is for them to know the word off, but they still will jump up. It's not until probably 6 months of age that they actually start mastering the command, but they know the word off by 12 weeks of age. We also work on them not chewing the wrong things. Cavaliers are very chewy, very mouthy, and so we have what's called temptations. We'll put on the floor a pair of shoes. We'll put on the floor an electrical outlet. We'll have a newspaper. We'll also have tons of toys, and we train them, no, when they chew on something they shouldn't. So they know the word. We can't prepare them for everything in your house, but at least they know the word no, stop, so they'll stop chewing the wrong thing. And at 12 weeks of age, obviously they're still very mouthy, and they don't know the word exactly, but they have it down. Then we also work in their house training. We just basically work on them getting used to the television and any noises. We also work on them going up and down stairs. Now at this age, they can barely go up and down stairs. They're not masters. They're a small dog, and so they're not flying up and down stairs at 12 weeks of age, but they've been worked on it. The third area, or the fourth area, which takes by far the most skill, is obedience training. That's where you work on the commands of sit, stay, lay, come. And those are the areas we're going to show you here in just a little bit. Now again, a puppy is not perfect at this age. We have different training levels. And I'm going to kind of talk through it in just a moment. But we want to show you, we can't show you potty training. We can't show you car training. We really don't have a set of stairs here to show you stair training. Those are things you'll just have to take my word for it, and we will give you tools and stuff. But we can show you obedience training, which takes the most skill, by the way. That's by far the hardest thing. And we have 3 professional obedience trainers as of right now. We're growing and going, so we'll probably have 4 or 5 in a couple years. But these people work tirelessly training these puppies 5 days a week on obedience. Now, this is the first take. We're not doing multiple takes. This puppy is probably going to mess up. But we have Kara here. She's one of our professional trainers. The professional trainer that's been training her is actually on a delivery right now. So Kara is never really trained this puppy except for a few minutes before this video. And so this is a new trainer. So this is something that you can expect how they will act with you. Somebody they've never met, somebody that's absolutely new. Now the first thing we're going to show you is them walking on a leash. Now they're not perfect. Our goal is for them to walk on the left side. So they're not pulling, they're not tugging. We also train them to do something called an auto sit. At this age, they just start knowing it. Notice that when she stopped walking, they automatically sat down. The reason why Goldens pull on a leash and Cavaliers and all these dogs pull on a leash is because they lose focus and they lose respect. And auto sit builds respect. It also builds focus. And so you notice when she stops walking, she will automatically sit down. That's called an auto sit. Now they're not perfect. Obviously, the treats are a little too big for her right now, and so it takes her a while. So we work on them walking on a leash. Now we work on them with their obedience commands. Now at this age, we have to use hand signals and words. As they get older, we'll just use hand signals, and we'll talk about that later when they get older. That's a sit command. And that's a stay command. Now our goal at this age is for them to hold a stay for 5 seconds for a distance of 5 feet. And there it is. That's 5 seconds for 5 feet. That's the goal of a 12-week-old, to hold a stay for 5 seconds from a distance of 5 feet. Now, they will get better and better. And by the way, this is actually, they're doing pretty good because I'm a distraction. At this age, they don't take a lot of distractions. Any distraction causes a lot of issues. So you can see that she's doing really good with her stay. The down is a lure. At this age, you notice she has to kind of lure her into a down. As they get older, we'll say the word down and they'll jump into a down. And you'll notice that in the Canine College and Master Program videos that they do this. Again, 5 seconds from a distance of 5 feet. And then the come command right now is a very high pitch, come, 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 and then they come. As they get older, we won't do so high pitch. We'll just do come. We'll just do come. We'll just do come. So we try to make it to where they know the word. Now the other area we work on is on place. We say the word place, and they jump up on this Karandakot. And they stay. It's another way of teaching stay and come because those are the 2 most difficult commands. It's actually easier for them to stay on an elevated platform. Also, we encourage you to buy one of these so that you can transfer the training. So if you notice, she knows to stay from a distance of 5 feet for a duration of 5 seconds. So she's doing really good. Now, girls do mature a little bit better than boys. And so with obedience training, they actually do better than boys overall typically. When it comes to potty training, though, the boys do a little bit better because they can hold their urine a little bit better than the boys. The last area we work on is them going into a kennel. This is kind of hard. Our goal is for them, we have to lure them into a kennel. As they get older, we'll just say the word kennel, and they go in. They also have to stay in there quietly, which she may not do. She may try to bark. She's doing pretty good. And she's not pulling out. As they get older, we won't lock that, and we'll just keep it shut, and they'll know they can't leave until we tell them to. This is very hard. Very good. So as you can see, Maddie is doing really good. And this is a girl. It's a typical girl. Again, she's not the genius. Go ahead and get a boy. She's not a genius. But girls do mature a little bit better mentally. So when it comes to obedience commands, typically girls do better. But again, with potty training, the boys do better at this age. Now we have Liam. Liam is one of our Blenheim boys from the same exact litter, same age, 12 weeks of age. And we're going to kind of do all those things again so you can kind of see them together. Liam is a little bit bigger. He's a boy. And so we'll show you him on the leash. Now he's pulling a little bit. Again, boys are a little bit worse than girls. A little bit less patient. They're kind of like humans. But he does the auto sit very well. He's doing an auto sit very well. He can't, the trickiest thing with these dogs is they're so small and so desirous to please you that they will try to cut in front of you. So you have to be careful not to step on them. And again, Kara has never trained this dog. So this is what a dog looks like going home to you. So doing very good. And there's the obedience command of sit. The down is typically a lure. Now one thing about Cavaliers and Cavapoos, they do a lot of frogging, what we call, where their back legs kind of go out. It's kind of cute. Now again, our goal is 5 seconds from a distance of 5 feet. You notice how he's having a real hard time right now holding it? There it is. And then the come is a very high-pitched come. But he met his goal. He did 5 seconds for a duration of 5 feet. And place is them come. And again, we'll do the, he broke it. But that's typical. Notice how he responded when she went, like that. He immediately kind of scrolled down. He kind of went down. Again, our goal is for them to hold that for a duration of 5 seconds from a distance of 5 feet. Again, at this age, we kind of liken them to about a 5-year-old, 7-year-old in patience. So this is very impressive. I mean, some of our kids couldn't do this right now. So we're very happy. Now we're going to show you the kennel, and we're going to see what a boy looks like in the kennel. Now, some people have asked, is there a difference in training between the tricolors, the Blenheims? No. It's just a color. Has nothing to do with personality. Has nothing to do with anything. It's just a color. See, he's having a little bit of a harder time in there. He's a little bit, he really wants her, so she's kind of vocal. And she's not going to let him out until he's quiet. So now he's doing really good. He has to stay in there until we release him, which he may not do. He is young. Very good. And so that is Liam. Such a cute little boy. And then the last boy we're going to show you is another tricolor boy. I got it. Oh. And I love you too. Oh, I love you. They are so loving. And they're at this age, they're just having a hard time to control. This is Scooter. This is the brother, and he's adorable. He's so sweet. And we're going to go over here, and we're going to show off Scooter. Scooter's more energetic than I think all the other two pups. He's a little bit more energetic. He has a little bit thicker of a coat. And he's a little bit more vocal. He's more dependent. So his issue is going to be being crate trained and getting a little bit calmer. We notice he does really good walking on a leash. It took a long time for these puppies to take treats. That was probably the most difficult thing for these puppies at the beginning of training. They didn't know what to do with the treats. And it took probably 3 weeks of training before they would take a treat. And then they started exploding. There's the sit. There's the down command. Now again, our goal is for them to hold that for 5 seconds for 5 feet. Now he's very dependent and he's a little bit more energetic, so he may have a little bit of a harder time. Now with his trainer, he'll be able to do this easily, but Kara's doing a great job. She's not doing any type of magic. He hit that goal. And then we'll do the place command. Say the word place, and they jump up on the cot. And they have to stay on the cot. Notice she used her foot to communicate. At this level, body control is very important. Your body language speaks more than your voice. And then the third area is going into a crate. We'll say go kennel, and they go into the kennel. Notice he walked in there and turned around, so he knew he was. Now, at this age, they have a really hard time being left alone, so he has to be quiet. And again, crate training, if you really care about crate training, keep them in training for longer. They are very bad at crate training at this age. Again, our goal is for them to be in a crate for 4 to 5 hours, but that's hard. That is very hard for them to do that, and that's at night, not during the day. They will not be quiet 4 to 5 hours. They won't be able to hold the restroom for 4 to 5 hours. Very good. So I hope that really was a helpful video so you can see what a typical 12-week-old looks like, acts like. And again, there's a lot of room for improvement. That's why we highly encourage you to keep the puppies in training till 16 weeks of age. One of the issues with a 12-week-old is that they can lose their commands. If you do not work on these commands every day, 5 days a week at least, like we're doing it, they will lose their commands. But if you keep them until 16 weeks of age, they'll do a lot better. So we'll do another video when the puppies are 16 weeks of age. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching it, and God bless.
Well, hello.